Hello my peeps, this is Kat aka Kakipot, and today I am bringing you a theme which a lot of you have asked for. Where can I find the best Japanese food in Edinburgh? So that's what we got inspired by, and that's what we're gonna be telling you about today. For this specific video, I thought it would be a great idea to have a guest over who is actually Japanese and can kind of go through like a bit of a vetting process with the places we chose. I did invite my Japanese friend Saki, and she was originally here with me, but this is not the first time I am shooting this footage. This is the second time because I lost the first round due to my own human mistake. I messed up and now I'm shooting this on my own because Saki is in Japan. Anyway, I just wanted to make sure that you know that I have discussed this video with an actual Japanese person, so you can trust us. We thought that a good concept for this video would be to each one of us kind of to pick our own favorite. So we're gonna take you to Saki's favorite, to my favorite, and to Simon's favorite Japanese restaurant here in Edinburgh, and then maybe I'm gonna give you some like extra tips at the end. We're gonna start by going to Saki's favorite, and that is actually a place that we've been to before as well, and we love it, and I am so glad that this gave us an opportunity to go back, because this truly is an amazing hidden gem here in Edinburgh, specifically here in Leith. It's called Cavano, and they specialize in kind of like delicious, crispy, katsu fried Japanese cooking, curry, all sorts of tasty, very comforting things, and yeah, I hope you're gonna enjoy it.
If you have visited Japan before, Cavano will be the place to remind you of all the smells and tastes you remember from dining out while on your travels. This is a teishoku restaurant, meaning they specialize in Japanese-style set meals. Every order comes with rolled omelette, cabbage salad, and potato salad, and of course a side of perfectly sticky short-grain rice and Japanese condiments. The menu mostly features deep-fried Japanese meals, but even if that's not usually your cup of tea, trust me, this place does it right. The flavors and textures really are on point. There's also Japanese curry, which can be ordered on its own or with vegetarian or meaty add-ons. This place is small and popular, so I seriously recommend making a reservation over phone first, ideally a day or more in advance.
So that was Saki's favorite Japanese food here in Edinburgh that she really wanted to share with you as her pro tip. By the way, you should definitely go on Instagram and follow her there. She has her personal account where she shares some cooking content, you know, so like if you're into Japanese food, I think you will find it really interesting, and also some food content from around Edinburgh. If you're into Edinburgh and Japan, then like this is a win-win for you, and you should definitely give her a follow. This is her handle. She has another account because she is now starting like a little business. She's importing little ceramic items from Japan, so if that's something that you're interested in doing, maybe if you're based in Edinburgh currently, you should definitely support her starting business. So now that we've covered Saki's favorite, we're gonna move on to my personal favorite. Let's go.
My favorite spot for Japanese food in Edinburgh comes with a bit of a caveat. Umi on Chapel Street is owned by the same people who run Kenji in Stockbridge and Bentoya on Bread Street, and to me, all three are my go-to when I want to be able to pick and mix from a menu rich on both fresh seafood and comforting veggie sides. Out of the three, Umi is the most upscale feeling one, so if you're trying to make this a special occasion, this would be my top choice. On the menu, you'll find interesting fusion rolls, nigiri, both regular and grilled, which, by the way, is our favorite, delicious-looking rice balls, and much more. We started with some fresh tempura, which was crispy and just delightful, the miso aubergine, which is one of my favorite treats here, and a couple of sushi options. This place offers A5 Wagyu beef too, although I would say that if you've ever had Japanese beef in Japan, you will never be able to quite recreate the experience here in the UK. That said, if you've never tried Wagyu before, this is still a very, very, very nice piece of beef. For a more casual experience, I usually pop into Bentoya. The menu is actually quite similar, but the vibe is less intimate, I would say. This also happens to be my top spot to order takeaway.
Okay, where are we off to now?
So next we're going to Maki and Ramen. This is my favourite of the Japanese places in Edinburgh. It's been around since about 2015. Teddy Lee, the guy who set it up originally, studied in Japan for his competencies. Now there are 7 Maki and Ramens in the UK, 5 of them here in Edinburgh, but here on West Nicholson Street is the original and arguably the best, so that's where we're going to for our Noms.
Simon's Choice comes with a hefty helping of nostalgia. You might remember this specific branch from one of our first successful videos about affordable eats in Edinburgh. Simon went for the classic long-cooked tonkotsu broth, while I chose my personal fave, the Chinese-style tantan men, which is made with the same base, but it's a bit spicy and super creamy due to the sesame paste added. The karaage fried chicken was also 10 out of 10, juicy, crunchy, everything you want karaage to be.
Now, before I say my final thank you for joining me in this little short, compact but useful video, I still have 3 extra tips to give you. First one being, if you're looking for takeaway and maybe you don't want to order from Bentoya, maybe you're not in their delivery area or it might be a bit too pricey for you, check out Seoul Sushi. They are in kind of like Newington area and they are a bunch cheaper, but the quality is great. Their fish is always really nice. They make this amazing sashimi with ponzu sauce where you get like tuna, salmon and like seared coriander tuna. Delicious. Also, they make really nice poke balls. I know that a poke ball technically Hawaiian dish, but you know, it's kind of taste-wise very Japanese food adjacent. I love poke balls and I really like the ones they make in Seoul Sushi. That would be my extra tip number 1. Number 2 is that if you're looking for quite a unique dining experience here in Edinburgh when it comes to Japanese food, Hope Izakaya, which is kind of just as you're hitting West End, if you're kind of walking towards West End from Princess Street, is quite a large restaurant, and yeah, they do offer some unique things. They're good for drinking. They do have some good signature cocktails and they have a great selection of sake and other Japanese alcohol. That is one thing that Saki was also recommending from her point of view, that they do have a really nice selection of drinks if that's what you're into. And also they are the only place in this town that I can think of that does like a proper izakaya style grilled skewers. I find them to be a bit on the expensive side. Like if you were in Japan and you were getting izakaya skewers with some drinks, that would be considered like cheap eat outing. Here it definitely is not, but it is the only place that does it. It is delicious. They also do udon with curry, so like Japanese curry sauce, and you dip the udon in it, which is my favorite way of ingesting Japanese curry. So there's a lot of stuff that I do like about Hope Izakaya, so if that's something that sounds interesting to you, do check them out. And the last thing is that if you are maybe staying in like an Airbnb, or if you are local and you do have your own kitchen to take advantage of, there are great places to pick up some Japanese groceries. Now, mind you, this is mostly kind of like the long shelf life Japanese groceries. You will probably notice that Edinburgh has so many Asian supermarkets. One of my favorites is called Starlight. It's also in Newington, kind of close to some of my favorite Polish shops. And they do have a really nice selection of Japanese groceries in terms of like sauces. You know, you will get like your mirin and your cooking sake, and obviously noodles and rice and tonkatsu sauce. And there's just so so much to pick up there. When it comes to like fresh produce for Japanese style cooking, that's a bit more problematic. I think that sometimes you can get some good sort of Asian veg from real foods. Sometimes some of the more expensive supermarket chains carry some Asian groceries as well, but yeah, that becomes a bit more tricky. Personally, I'm always looking for like Japanese style kabocha squash, and that is really hard to come by. So if you ever see a proper kabocha, you know, the kind that you can eat with the rind, let me know in the comment section, because I need it. I need it to thrive. Okay, now that is truly it for me. Don't forget, if you have any other favorites when it comes to Japanese cuisine here in Edinburgh, I would love to hear about it. Let's discuss. Let's fight. No, let's just discuss. I don't want to fight. I'm a pacifist when it comes to my comment section. But, you know, hopefully your opinions are not too strong. As always, don't forget, you can visit me on Instagram under Kakibot and Kakiblog. Kakibot is more of my illustration side of activity. Kakiblog is my travel photography and my life here in Edinburgh. Oh, and we not so long ago published a video about Scottish food in Japan, so kind of like a flipped theme of this video. I think it's really interesting. Not that many of you have tuned in into that one, but I think it's really cool, and we put a lot of effort into making it while we were in Japan for you. I now also have a Patreon page, so if you really like me and if you'd like to see a bonus video every now and then, don't forget you can subscribe there. This is the address, so go there, check it out. You might get some freebies, you might get some merch sent to you if you subscribe as one of the paying patrons. Okay, that is truly it from me for now, and I shall see you soon. Bye.